Todd, I have a question about like the, so to speak, peace that you feel after doing the work. Like, how do you get to the point where you're able to slow down everything? Because I've had that feeling before, but for some reason, like recently, I didn't have that. So I feel like I'm in a rush. But I noticed that when I'm thinking about it, it's like, oh yeah, it feels like I'm in a rush and I'm not really slowing everything down. And when I do, it feels really good. So what is your process to kind of like slow things down when doing the work and like making sure like you're getting that peace or at least that mindset of like doing it and give you the chance of doing it that way?
So you're talking about during the work itself, when you're actually doing the work, or are you talking about in life in general when
Well,
slowing things down?
right now it's like it's working in both for me.
Okay.
So it kind of affects both. Like if I'm in the slow down kind of motion, like everything, including the work, feels like I can slow down and pay more attention to everything and feels like natural. And I'm at a point right now where everything feels like in a rush a little bit, but I don't, while I'm doing it, I don't notice that
hmm
until later on.
Mm. Yeah. So um, yeah, I get that. Like I was playing pickleball last night and everything was just slow and I was hitting every shot, like it was just so because I was watching the ball, I was waiting and hitting, everything was just slow motion and it was really amazing. But there are other times when I'm just in a rush and I'm hitting it all over the place. And that's just an analogy for everything in life. It, it's easy to get into a rush. So I think the question for me is why do we get into a rush? Like, where is that coming from? Because I can't always seem to control it. Like, oh, I shouldn't be in a rush. That doesn't feel quite peaceful either. I'm either in a rush or I'm not in a rush. And the way I see it is I'm in a rush is how I react when I'm believing something else. So what is that? What am I believing
Mm.
that's going to make me react and start coming into being more in a rush and pushing and that kind of thing. And for me, usually some kind of want, like want or a need, right? A motive. What is the motive for action? Something I want or I need. And so I look for that. Like, what am I wanting when I'm doing the work? Maybe I will just want peace. So I'm pushing. I got to get peace, get peace, get peace, get peace. So I'll just go faster and faster. And pretty soon I'm in a big rush while I'm doing this meditative process. It doesn't work that great. Or, yeah, okay, now I did the work. I'm going to go do everything else in my life. And I'm like, oh, I better hurry up because I want to get everything done. Or I want to finish this project, or I want to make more money, or I want to, take care of my health in a better way. Like rush, 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 rush. These motives, what I want or what I think I need, that's what puts me into a rush. And so if I can identify a few of those kind of wants or needs and then question them, then I can slow down. And it might start with what I'm wanting in the work itself, like what I'm actually wanting while I'm doing the work. But either way, the principle is the same. The motive for action is what I'm desiring. And if I'm overly attached to what I'm desiring, then I'm going to tend to push myself. That's one of the ways I can react. So that's my first thoughts on it. Does that resonate in any way with your experience?
Actually, a lot. Like first I was thinking like I'm doing some exercises on guitar that require me to like get faster and faster every time to get like to a certain speed. So I feel like the mindset just like starts there and then just keeps going through the rest of the things because, oh, I need to get faster and all that. But then as you were talking, it was like I noticed too that because I'm recovering from my shoulder, like I'm also wanting to get better now so I can go back to do the things I used to do right away because that's part of like one of the things that it's making me slower too is that I'm not fully there yet with the recovery process. So it's like,
Mhm.
oh, I want to get better now because I need to just go back to being faster and improving. So it makes a
Yes.
lot of
Yes.
sense.
So that will make you want to rush, right? I need to get better now. Okay, what do I do? What do I do? Keep going, keep going. And
Right.
then combination of already doing an exercise that's faster and faster on the guitar, that starts making you get in that mode, which is great. But then you have to remember, like, that's for the guitar. It doesn't mean now you have to eat faster and walk faster and check your email faster. Like, no, it's for the guitar. So it's like, that's how the mind works. It has a thought, I want to be faster, and it just doesn't question it. It just thinks, oh, that's faster is good. So everything should be faster. And it's always like, if you slow that down and question it, like, oh yeah, faster is good in that context. But in another context, it might be slower is better, or I want to get better now. Do I really need to get better now? Maybe taking my time now, doing more rest now will actually help the getting better now. So it's all ironic, but as always, it's the attachment to what I'm wanting that makes me start to push or makes me want to, gives me this kind of stressful reactions. So if you question one of those, like, I want to get better now, then you may find a little more space.